Hello, it's Angelique. So you're going to be painting with Angelique today. Today we're going to continue doing some Christmas cards because I feel like I'm in the spirit. I did this Christmas card the other day and we're going to be doing another one. So this one I just put the colors on there, let it dry, then speckled some colors on top to indicate like snowflakes, celebration, and lights. Okay, so for the one today, we're gonna do approximately the same size, but I found this one, which I'm gonna put on after this one section. It's posted on Pinterest by Rowena Robinson. I liked it very much because it's a control wet and wet technique. So I'm gonna do that right now. So I'm gonna draw my Christmas tree and then I'm gonna show you how to do it. Okay, so before we get started, I have my tea for this evening. Today's weather is very rainy, cloudy, kind of soggy. So I made a chamomile tea with my owl cup again. And so I did this drawing. I just want to explain to you how I did it. I made a triangle. And within that triangle, I divided into 4 sections. Then I drew my each section in, and I overlapped the triangle section, like the little triangle here, the mid triangle and all that. I overlapped them, it doesn't matter. I just wanted to create the shape for it. And now I'm going to add my masking fluid around this. Okay, so I added my masking fluid. You can see where the masking fluid is and my tree is outlined. I put the little trunk and then I put some shadows here because that's what the drawing has, some shadows. I'm not copying exactly the same, but I'm being influenced by it. So I'm gonna start mixing my colors. With this tree, it's gonna be greens, red umber, brown umber, yellow ochre, so these guys here, and blue, ultramarine blue. Okay, so I have all my colors on my palette, my ultramarine blue, my sap green, my yellow ochre, my burnt sienna, and my burnt umber. So what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna wet my brush and I'm gonna wet the whole paper. And I'm gonna start working from the top, working to the bottom, okay? So the color I'm gonna use first is my sap green, and I'm gonna just start indicating in certain areas. Then I'm gonna go into my blue umber, ultramarine blue, a little bit of that, and I'm just gonna start dabbing it in certain areas. Just let the water do the magic. And at any point, if I need to add more water to the paper, I will do that. So I'm putting some greens there. I want the colors to mix. Get some of that blue in there. Yellow in there. Gonna have to get some more. I'm gonna pick that one up, it's too much brown. More of that sap green. In there. So I just want to saturate the paper with its color as much as I can. Reds. You can see that in his original painting, he has a lot of the ultramarine blue in it. mixing with the green. So I'm just going to keep on moving it until the colors start mixing. There we go. Put some ultramarine blue in here, some on the ends. Then I need some more ultramarine blue. There we go. Sorry for the doggies. Okay, so I'm gonna work on the shadow. The shadow is a darker tone of this yellow. So I'm just gonna add that here. A little bit ultramarine blue, just darken that up and add that in there. And I'm gonna get some more yellow ochre and add that into that area there. So it kind of blends. So we're gonna let this dry naturally and we're gonna come back to it. Okay, so it's dry. I had to use my dryer because I got a little antsy because it's taking a little too long, but it dried naturally from the center, but around it I just used the blow dryer, the heat gun. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna erase all the gum, the masking fluid. And once that's done, I'm going to come back. I'm going to emphasize the tree around it. Okay, and there's a reason why. It's because the masking fluid I used has a big round tip to it. So it kind of went over some of my points here. But that's all right. That's all right. Okay, so I got my brushes that I'm going to use. I erased all the masking fluid off of here. So I have my 00 brush, my 000 brush, this brush here, which is a number 3, and my number 4. So I'm just gonna leave them there. I like what's going on here, these little dots. That actually looks quite nice. It's where the masking fluid didn't completely cover it. But I think that's pretty cool. I'm gonna probably add some dots over here on this side, but we'll start working. Now I'm gonna get my number 3 brush. I'm gonna get it to a nice fine point. I'm gonna go in, I wanna get some more of that sap green. Put that in here. And then mix it with my ultramarine, what I have left on the plate. So it creates a darker, do you see that? Kind of a darker green. Not as green, like I find the Viridian green really bright, but for this application, I'm gonna do this green here. So I'm gonna just start going over some areas here just to emphasize. So the, there we go. I think I'm gonna add some more of that blue, mix that all together. There we go, get it darker. In certain areas, just to create the contour of the tree, right? You know, like anything in life, just want to add a little more to a certain section just to make it pop a little bit more. And I'm going to add that more towards the bottom part of this tree, like the bottom sections. This is quite beautiful here, how that turned out. Again, it's wet and wet technique. Now this part here is a little more controlled. Just a little bit there, just a little information to the eye. Right? You could always kind of blend it in with a little bit of water too. Get some more paint. I just dried off my brush there. Just want to get some more of that hue there. There we go. See that? Just a little, kind of getting to a hypnotizing point. Yeah, added a dot there. So now I'm gonna go in with my yellow ochre. Let's see what color I can turn yellow ochre with the sap green. So I'm gonna get some more sap green, put it in the, ooh, that's quite nice. See that color? Ooh, that's very nice. So I'm gonna use that and just water it in certain sections too. I didn't like that part there. Now I'm gonna do the top parts. You see, I'm just dabbing it. Right, put a dot there. Just getting those corners a little more crisp. There we go. See that, how it's blending together now? I added a little bit more. So I'm just adding a little bit of water to the color to blend it in. There we go. I'm gonna add some of that in there. We're gonna let that dry. Now I'm gonna work on the stump here. I'm just gonna add it in there. A little bit of water, a bit of color, a little bit of the green to give it some contour. It's not going to be my major focal point, but there we go. Now with my little tiny brush, I'm going to go into that sap green and add a couple of dots just in some areas here, right? And then in the dark, a little bit of dark spots here. Go. And I need to add some blue in there. Oops, that's too much. Just water that down. Move that around. Blend that in. I was thinking I might put a wash behind it, but I think I'm just gonna keep it like that. I mean, you can add garland, I mean, you can add some other decorations on it, right? Okay, so I'm going to add some, I decided to add some red dots. So those are like red globes. I think it needs it. Red and green are complementary colors. So I'm just going to add some. It just looks so nice with the little dots. Even though they're tiny and they're not in your face, but it just gives it an aura of festive Christmas, right? I don't know if you guys remember the Seinfeld episode, Festivus for the Rest of Us, or from Seinfeld. Anyways, that tells you how old I am, right? I remember watching that show, it made me laugh so much. Okay, just going over some of these, and to tell you the truth, I'm thinking of going with some blues too, like cerulean blue. Just, we'll try one, see how it looks with the cerulean blue. Just have to get that color there. See? Okay, yes, I need some of that. That looks quite nice. Some hiding in the bushes there, the branches. There we go. Put one there. Another blue one here. I think that looks quite cute. Well, if you guys please do comment. Please comment and let me know if you guys want to do anything else. I will have a big reveal and have both of them together. Okay, so here are my 2 Christmas cards. Here's the first one. It has the globes on it, right? Speckled color all over the place. It is more of a control dry paper wet technique. And then on this side, it's I use masking fluid for the surrounding tree. I did a wet and wet technique, so that means I wet the paper down, plop the colors on there, move them a little bit, and then let it dry naturally. I went back, or I used the blow dryer to help to accelerate it. I went back and just refined some of the areas, so it's not so jagged, right? It did originally have white little dots. White, I used the China white on top of that. Then I added the cerulean blue and then some red, or I did red first, then cerulean blue. And it kind of reminds me of the Christmas lights on a tree when it's at night. It kind of reminds me of that, but because it's a white background, it's not at night. But it makes a very cute Christmas card. So you have 2 different styles here. And I'm going to be doing more of these in the future. And if you have any comments, please comment, subscribe, and like. And if there's anything you want me to do, because I do need ideas besides birds, please put it in the comment and I'll get to it as soon as possible. So right now I'm just working on Christmas stuff. I am going to be doing a landscape for my class. I'm going to be recording that in the next couple of days. And I'll be doing a large landscape and a small one. So let me know if you're interested in any type of landscapes. Put it in the comment. I am going to do one that's going to be a tight view of a water, of a river that's from Tilsonburg. And I was thinking of doing something from Port Dover, landscape from the beach there. Okay, so like and subscribe and 2 thumbs up.